My daughter's 3 years old, and we've been celebrating Halloween, it feels like, for 30 days, because she absolutely loves all the creepy ghouls and whatnot. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to raise in the moment, but she absolutely loves it. I feel like I'm raising a little Beetlejuice girl. So I'm hyped for it. I'm excited for it. And for it to go down on that weekend, it's going to be really cool, man. Really cool.
It's going to be really exciting, and we're going to kick it off, especially right now, with an exciting trio who we've talked about their slow start yesterday. The first couple matches, they struggled. Really, it was the first 3-4 matches to kind of get over that Storm Surge threshold, but now
they have that figured out. Now let's see how they implement that here in day 2. That is the adjustments that we're talking about, and that is what I enjoy about the format. The break in the action. You have a night's sleep to think about what you need to do. Now, these are one of the trios that were here, Blaster, Nikov, and Alpha, that we highlighted, that we let the world know that you got to keep an eye on it, and right now they're on the outside looking in. So I'm expecting Nikov, Alpha, and Blaster to have a better day 2, and already they started off with 1 elim and 1 point.
And they're also well above that Storm Surge threshold right now. You can see that, the warning coming in on the right-hand side. For those of you unfamiliar, Storm Surge will damage the most passive players in the lobby. The trio who has done the least amount of damage will start receiving 25 damage per every 10 seconds. So that's what ends up driving some of this action, and why you see these players try and maximize their damage, especially when they get an opponent down but not out. And right now you can see a little bit of aggression coming out, but Blaster going to be forced back, will be hit by a bandage cannon, but now opens up right away, and Recon is going to get yoinked right back into the box to make sure they can get all the loot, secure the headshot as well. And that's a good elimination coming out from them there. Not too much going to be traded over either.
And these are the kind of engagements that I'm kind of worried. Yeah, they get that right there and there. They're getting those valuable storm tags, but you know, all that bottom of the board, and throughout the entire cast that I've seen in day 1, as Nikeva picks up a knock on Savage, so that's interesting to watch. We'll keep an eye on the Elim pit. But the whole point is I'm trying to make is I feel like this bottom of the board is essentially kind of affecting each other and not allowing anyone to kind of get up there, because they seem to be taking each other out. You know, one gets a little bit, it feels like they're a bunch of crabs in a barrel, and as soon as someone sees a light, they automatically get pulled down. So that is something that I'm looking here, that all these engagements are happening in these secondary power POIs.
Pinch, you can see Lecce just took a whole bunch of damage there, so largely going to be on the back of Benji to make any plays if possible. And right as I say that, Lecce gets dropped down, eats the 160 tag, more than enough damage to take him down there, and all of a sudden now Benji playing Lone Ranger and a little bit of a caster's curse coming through. The first 2 eliminations picking up well, but Benji trying to disengage, find a little bit of space, and Nikeva not going to give him even a moment in time, and down goes uncontested Dooms. The day 1 curse behind Benji, Fishy, and Co.
Last time I raised the red flag and all the alarms, the weeboos, whatnot, were all going off, and I was worried that they won't do well. And eventually, like I said, 2 games. Oh my goodness! Mongrel gets beamed! The whiplash brought so much attention to them, and all of a sudden the lobby decided, no, we're not going to give you this easy rotation, because you know by now, Sundown, everybody knows 2 whiplashes coming from Stark Industry, that has to be Mongrel, Mitro, and Tayson.
Yeah, you see those Mark 51s, and they're going to get picked off right away. They make a ton of noise, and on top of that, they are very, very, very colorful. I mean, that red and gold paint job is able to be picked out, especially when you're driving through this green forest. But additionally, too, with the cars exploding there, you can see the fire taking over onto the trees is part of the reason why they are building with metal. A new impact that has come in here in Chapter 2, that fire or force through, but also the fact you can't build through them makes the pathing a little bit more difficult. There is the variable terrain down in the gorge. There used to be the geyser there, but right now Kaizen looking to line up a shot, and you can see he sees the players rotating, has the opportunity, and he finds it right there. Peku being taken down, and now they're going to try and follow up. Horizontal shockwave coming through. He is going to get clipped a little bit off of the top. Going to see it. Nope, not going to opt to hit the sentinel hand to try and throw himself forward, as Zico and Willow are going to push forward. Zico gets the cleanup, but then gets knocked down himself, as now Kaizen looking to tarp out, make sure he covers his back. They're going to just stick the revive and hopefully make sure they can find the other one. He's going to get some great shots going on there. Excuse me. At least return fire a little bit, as Kaizen is going to look to go on the aggressor here a little bit. Nope, just owning some space, making sure they can get the revive, and that's a good pickoff.
Having a little bit issues with the shockwaves, and Kaizen just literally just goes straight up, and now he's abandoned and he's all alone. And luckily, not too much focus here, but yikes! A big old oof gets dunked right into the gorgeous waterfall. Oh, but he lands right next to his teammates? Okay.
I was about to say, that might be the most fortunate oof in the entire world, as the shockwave went down as he went in the down but not out animation and still threw him on the perfect trajectory to line up. But I just want to take 1 second, and we're going to talk to everyone on broadcast, and we're going to talk to the trios and the NAE's caster, Aussie Antics. He did a great job talking about this before. But please, if you're rotating with a bouncer and a shockwave, don't just set a singular box. Edit the roof above you as well, then end up destroying it. You're going to put an extra wall above, and then you're going to put a ramp. What this does, then when the bouncer and the shockwave go up, if you are going to end up being separated, you hit the top of the ramp and the walls keep you all going in the same direction. It costs you an extra 3 builds to guarantee you that that doesn't happen. Please, you are the best of the actual best. You need to make sure you're doing those rotations correctly.
Now what this trio is trying to do correctly is now figure out their max pull rotation. And this is the trio that I mentioned. They're sitting at top 8 advance. And there goes the shockwaves. They'll go everybody out in distances. Obviously, Dasik didn't just hear Sundown. He's trying to speak through and try to use his, psychic abilities. Look, there's the extra time here. Let's see how this works out for Cartoon Florian Legends. Taking the time, rocking that Travis Scott sicko mode. Let's see that sicko. Oh my goodness. I don't know, dude. Is it Halloween that's kind of creeping in that's giving us caster curses power? I mean, I gotta watch out, man. I might be OP. I need to be nerfed.
And right now you can see the curse coming in there and coming into fruition as another failed shockwave execution splits up a trio. But right now you can see everybody billy goating up on the side, trying to get whatever priority positioning as they just rain down the assault rifle shots from above. Those who have already got their positioning having the benefit of not needing to move as the zone continues forcing everyone onto the highest most point here right on top of that gorgeous gorge lookout. You can see have all the sentinels in play as well. We've seen a number of EU endgames go on, but hey, shout outs Zaini, Fixie, and Kaspersa making an endgame here. However, Thomas HD, the current leader and Captain Clutch himself for Gamma Gaming, can he put it all together as they right now are only going to walk away with 1 placement point as we're into our top 17. You can see Michael getting taken down there, and Thomas, no surprise to being able to clutch by himself, the most clutch player from round 1 coming through. Can he do it again? He's won a game here before, Sancho.
It's going to be so difficult. Yes, he's won solo where he was in the 20s and with in shambles. He basically moved out of Shambles Town, moved to the upper west side, right into Victory Royale lane. Solo, dolo. Can he do it again? Does he have another clutch moment in the back pocket? We all have to keep eyes right now as he is 372 below the threshold, and it is the 6th zone. We got full rotating zones, 7, 8, 9. The 9th zone will ultimately close, but Thomas HD doesn't matter. He's going to snake his way, gets a couple of nice beams, and that should be able to put them right into that Storm Surge as he's going to have to kind of keep tabs on it, but it's such a dangerous situation for Thomas HD because my worry, Sundown, is the terrain. That terrain will gobble you up instantly.
No, he's going to clutch this. You know what? Right now, Thomas is going to clutch this because he came through the back. You saw Snowda get a huge pickup that was clutch by himself, but then Thomas came and was able to scavenge an Elim onto him. He has the Harpoon as well. Was able to get some excess shields. However, he's had priority. He's pulled priority on zone 3 times in a row now. Pulled priority on 5th zone, pulled priority on 6th, just got it on 7th again. However, no excess utility. The only thing he got were those 2 minis from Snowda. Oh, he got caught with his pickaxe out, dropped in, and nope, not gonna clutch at all. Instead, just gets a couple extra placement points, caught with the pickaxe out. We're gonna run this game out as Caxi and Toby currently on the high ground, and we see the rest of the lobby rotating.
We just got a taste of the danger of not being on the low ground. Low ground could essentially drop you right into their boxes. We're seeing Styler and Maestro and Ensark get themselves a nice elim. That's a strong trio, and what a strong game from this trio from Styler and Co. They have sitting at 8 elims, and this is the power of low ground working together. You could work as a unit and just destroy and beam and rack up elims, and Styler is doing it with 4 elims already. Another elim. They're just a monster mowing down everybody on the low ground. High ground wins victory royales, but the low ground could win you a tournament, baby.
And you can also see just the veritable horde of loot that came with picking up all of those eliminations. 6 shockwaves, 12 minis, all of the mats in the world. He's tarping to the end of Oblivion, just full tarp into the next zone. They're going to have priority there now, but up on the high ground is still Toby and Caxi working as a duo. However, we finally have Fixie, Kasperza, and Zaini making an endgame again. Top 14 players, top 6 coming in. Don't forget, 1 point for each trio until we get into the top 3. That's where the bonuses come in. But right now, Ensar, Maestro, and Styler are leading the charge. That's number 14 coming through for the trio, or 13, excuse me, as they're able to convert there. And we have our top 5 now.
What a huge pop-off game that we're seeing right here from Maestro, Ensar, and Styler, and there it is. He's gonna have to kind of use these shockwaves, goes for height, and yes, they have height, and they're looking good as we're going into the 9th zone. It is the ultimate closing time, and they have the dominant position, and they have so much shockwaves to cause so much chaos down below, and they have the chug splashes. They looking strong, they looking healthy. Let's take a peek at what's happening down below as Toby gets sent down the storm, and now it's Kaizen, and taking a look, Ziku are the only one standing against it. It is two teams left, and this is the strong team. Everything is up for them to kind of close game 1 here of Heat 1 Day 2 with a victory royale, and it's just a matter of moments as Ziku is doing all that he can to survive and make sure he is up, and they actually lose height for a moment, and oh my goodness, the shockwaves comes out, but oh, the sigh of relief.
This first game to kind of give you a picture of what we're seeing. So we have this trio coming in first. They have the big, massive 41.16 eliminations. But look at the rest of your top 5, right? Even just turning our attention to Vidil.
Yeah, you know, and these guys have been consistently qualifying for round 3. These guys have been consistently performing, not necessarily up in the top 5 kind of placements so far. However, they're always there, they're always playing really well, and they're always picking off big teams and really showing that they are dominant. So moving over, again, this is the people who placed in the 6th down to the 10th